Hello and welcome back to another energy update. I'm actually laughing to myself because I cannot believe that we are actually in March of 2022. I actually channeled this information on the March energy update a few days ago, but I've been extremely busy with clients. So please accept my heartfelt apologies for this video actually coming out on the 1st of March. Wow is all I'm going to say. Time is going so rapidly. We are in a period of time right now which is extremely profound. People are seeing and feeling things that they have never ever thought would be possible in their lifetime. Plus, what I'm noticing in a lot of my clients that I'm speaking to, they're just starting to feel as if they've got their purpose on the planet. And I don't mean that they've never felt that they had a big purpose on the planet, but all of a sudden they're getting to the vibrational frequency where they're accepting it and they're starting to feel normal again, which is amazing because there is no better time than right now to be stepping into that. So when I was looking for words to demonstrate what we could expect from March, please take a deep breath, ladies and gents. I was told very clearly that this is the master plan month. Yeah, a bit of a mouthful, I know. This is the month, the plan from eons of years ago is going to come to fruition. Okay, you should be excited by this. I am very excited. March and April are going to be a really big period of time in humanity's ascension. So we've been planning, as you guys know, over many lifetimes, this that we're going through now, and it's for this now moment. March 2022 is we're basically going to watch ourselves, watch the world take a huge step forward in readiness for the April shifts. And in April, we are expecting, you know, in the second half of April, I keep being shown a massive awakening taking place all around the world. Maybe sooner, might be slightly later, but that's kind of the period of time that I'm being shown at the moment around Easter. Interestingly enough, my guides are here because my nose is itching, so apologies for that, guys. So let's get back to talking about March. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll save April information for when we're stepping into April, so that you've got something really exciting to look forward to. But please know this is an absolute must step that we are about to step into and step through. Okay. So March is going to start very strong because the new moon is actually tomorrow. Like I said, I'm filming this on the 1st of March 2022, and the new moon is tomorrow. So if you have not gone and watched my new moon video, please, I'm going to link back to it here. Please do go and give that a watch. There's some really interesting information in there. And if you feel aligned to carry out a ritual kind of thing, please do feel free to do that. There is one at the end of that, and it has a couple of people have already done it, and the output and the experiences that they've gone through has been very profound. So please do feel free. Like with all of my videos, I do like to give you something to go and do if you would like to. You know, it's great to have a chat and all the rest of it, but I like to give you steps that you can go away and actually implement into your life where possible. Obviously, it's not always possible, but I do like to do that. So please do go and check that video out. So the manifestation portals from the 2nd of February, my birthday, and the 22nd of February, my older sister's birthday, they've created a huge amount of additional energy that is impacting the world as we know it right now. The frequencies are vibrating at a much higher rate than we have ever known before. And this is what I was saying earlier. A number of my clients are saying, I'm just starting to feel a bit more balanced right now, because they're getting to the frequency of where they can relate, where they, you know, kind of towards the frequency that they would call home. So what we need to be recognizing right now is that obviously with the additional light that we are experiencing, there is going to be, to balance that out, the additional darkness. Okay, now March is going to be a month of disruptions and distractions. Okay, it's going to be very much of look over here because there's something going on over here. We don't want you to see this, so look over here kind of thing. So please do recognize that that is what is going to come up through this month. Now, as much as that's a bit like, oh no, seriously, and I do truly feel that we are stepping into an extremely turbulent period of time, there is also masses and masses of gold that will come out of this. So I'm going to do that in a minute. I'm just going to finish with the stuff that we probably need to be looking at, you know, for self before we look at the positive stuff. Okay. So please do recognize right now, you need to be nourishing yourself and looking after yourself so that you can get through this period of time. We're all going to absolutely storm through it. Please know that we absolutely will make it through this month. However, there is a timeline that is showing that there is going to be quite a bit of turbulence, not so much on our doorsteps, if that makes sense, but globally, and we will be exposed to that, obviously, through the normal mediums that takes place. A really, really good starting point, especially from right this second now and through the new moon period, which is about, you know, 10 days, really. It's time to look at your shadow. It's time to really square up to your shadow, your inner demons, your noise, your ego, whatever it is that you call it, okay? And look at how it has been serving you by keeping you safe, serving you by making you angry and things like this, because although those emotions aren't really something that we look at to be serving us, it's obviously got you to where you've needed to be right now. Now, do we need to take that stuff forwards with us? That's down to you. Personally, what I have been doing is I've been looking at where stuff has been coming up and my shadow has been speaking with me, and I befriend her and I work through how we can be friends rather than enemies, and you know, lead me astray by angry outbursts or things like that used to be the case in the past. So like I say, do go check out that new moon video, because I give you an exercise within that will really help with you looking your shadow right in the eye. Okay, it's very important now that we get to a position where we thank it. However, it is time to leave it in the past. And I don't mean literally in the past, the reactions that it's created within you, then we need to leave in the past. But actually, we need to take this part of us with us, because that's where we get our biggest lessons from. Okay, very, very interesting period of time right now. You will see a lot of people healing, a lot of people cleansing, a lot of people going through massive, massive shifts. Really exciting time to be alive. So a massive part of March is going to be about standing in your truth, being honest to yourself. What do I mean by that? Shine your light as best as you possibly can by being authentic. It's very important. If you haven't got the message over the last 12, 18, 24 months that you've been following me, please do recognize right now, you need to be, you need to know who you are. And I've been giving this information over the last couple of years. So if you haven't quite got there yet and you don't really know who you are, go back through my old videos. There's lots of exercises to figure out who you are and where you're going. What that might look like right now is speaking very authentically. So, standing up for yourself, putting boundaries in place. Maybe your authenticity is listening to somebody and recognizing their trauma or their healing, and you sitting back and just giving yourself permission to allow them to vent this at you. And then you go and you dissipate that, or you transmute that, or whatever it is. You know who you are. What's very important right now is that our light is coming online. We must shine our light so that the other people who resonate with us come and find us. They get in alignment with us. They become part of our tribe. Okay. Compassion is another massive word that came through when I was doing the channeling for this video. We are required right now in this now moment to be more compassionate than we have ever been before. We are going to need to support each other from here every step of the way. It's time for us to allow our desire to be right to just gently fall away, just drop away. as support is the only way that we are going to get through what is coming over the next couple of months and obviously into the coming years, as people start to realize and remember and recognize what's actually gone on, because we're not far away from that period. We are going to have to support each other. We're going to have to support people that we never thought we would have to, you know, the people that we've shunned, or the people that we've said, I'll never have anything to do with them again. Trust me, all of this is going to go in full circle. We will be supporting people in ways that we never knew possible or imagined that we would ever have had to. Okay, so it's very much about dropping into your heart space right now, remembering who you are, and just recognizing that love is the only way we are going to get through this. It is the only way. We are in the time right now that love is going to succeed. There's many people that have gone before us. One of my very good mentors, Thich Nhat Hanh, was a very good example about love. You know, he was a shining example that he felt that love was here to change the world, but it was before the world was ready to hear that. A massive theme of the energy for March is self-love, self-worth, and self-care. Many of us, because we're going to have to look at our shadow in the eye, we are going to feel insignificant. We are going to feel that people are better than us. We are going to be stepping into a space of competition and comparison. This is all old paradigm. This is all of your programs coming up into your consciousness to be healed. Be gentle with yourself. Be compassionate with yourself as you step through this. It's not easy for us to look at how we have allowed ourselves to be held back because of things like competition and comparison. Okay, so my recommendations for self-love and self-care right now is, if you feel drawn to go somewhere, go. So say, for example, you live in London, here in the UK, and you're like, I just need to get to a beach. Honor yourself and go to the beach. Take a day off, or go at the weekend. Go and put your feet in the sand, or walk on the pebbles, or put them in the sea, or something like that. Honor your sweet soul as to what they are craving for, because first and foremost, you will get the balance back in you. You will get the balance that will help you navigate this period of time, but also you will probably have some random coincidental scenarios whereby you meet people that actually you were supposed to meet or whatever. So trust yourself right now more than ever. It's very, very, very important that we really do recognize this. Step out into nature. If you're somebody like myself that has to get out into nature every day, and I mean the forest, I mean by a lake, you know, that kind of thing, please do go there. Again, the trees hold amazing answers. The trees actually protect us from any of the stuff that they're spraying in the skies or any of the other things that are going on. Nature and the trees will always protect us from that. So if you feel drawn to go there and breathe freely. It's extremely important that we must be recognizing the intuitive pulls that we've got right now. Another way to prove to yourself, to show yourself how much you love yourself and how much worth you have, and the care that you've got, eat beautiful foods. Eat all the colors of the rainbows in the form of vegetables. Really nourish yourself and honor yourself into a space of love with your food. Likewise, speak to yourself beautifully. Speak to people how you would like them to speak to you. It's a very important one right now. People are often saying things to you or saying things to other people because that's what they are projecting about themselves. They're not comfortable in their own skin. Maybe they've got some stuff coming up and they're blaming you rather than taking the ownership for themselves. That doesn't mean you need to retort. It doesn't mean that you need to basically tell them to go screw themselves. I mean, if you want to, that's fine. But personally, I always just go, okay, thank you for showing me where you're at. You learn a lot from people by the language that they're speaking about and by the words that they are using, the things that they write down. It's very important that we all acknowledge that. Catch your thoughts as well. If you get some sabotaging thoughts coming in, if you catch yourself stepping into an area of fear or something like that, recognize it. Recognize it, ladies and gents. This is so important right now. Honor your journey, honor your worth, honor your care, honor your love for self. like I was saying a short time ago, if you feel drawn to go somewhere, go there. I've got a little escape planned for, less than 2 weeks time, just to be out in the middle of nowhere, where literally all I'll see is animals, that kind of thing. That's what I'm talking about. If you feel drawn to go and do something, go and do it, because you will get massive answers coming through to you. Now, likewise, boundaries are a very important part of self-love, self-worth, and self-care. Now, you can put boundaries in place with people without having to be rude about it. Like I was saying a minute ago, if somebody says something to you in a way that you don't like, you can easily put a boundary in place without having to be rude or anything like that. So, your boundary could be that you block them. Your boundary could be that you step away from them. Your boundary could be that you actually say to them, thank you for showing me where you're at with yourself. Please do not speak to me like that. It's up to you. I can't speak on behalf of you and how you would like to work your boundaries, but it's certainly something that we all need to be observing right now. And we do not need to take on other people's stuff. As I say to you, this month is very much about squaring up to your shadow, recognizing what it's been doing to hold you back, to keep you safe. And that is very challenging. Of course, what that brings is a lot of projection. People want to project over you because they don't know how to cope with it themselves. This is a very natural process that we're going through right now, but this is how we are going to step up. And the strong ones are going to take the lead, and they're going to be the light showers for the other people to follow. Everybody has the opportunity to ascend. Everybody, absolutely everybody. It's whether they want to or not. Okay. And we have to honor each other's journey. So be the anchor. And I talk about this a lot. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go and follow my Instagram channel. I tend to do daily lives on there. So, they're quite helpful for people. And I often talk about this of being that person, so that when everything is starting to collapse around, which this month and next month is what we're going to start to see, that there's, like I said, lots of disruption and distractions taking place through March and April. So this is going to be the time where people are reaching out to you for help that maybe once upon a time they told you that you were wrong, or you were a tinfoil hat wearer or something like that, or a conspiracy theorist or something. So remember, this is the time to get in alignment, and no matter what happens, you stand in your truth, but you are compassionate with people. We don't need that "I told you so" kind of stuff. It's not going to serve us going forwards. I don't want to live in a world where people go, "Well, I told you so." Do you? So ask yourself, this is a very powerful month for manifesting what you're going to bring in. So if you're one of these people that, "Well, I told you so, you should have listened, you should have done this, you should have done that," or "You're not good enough," or "You're this," or "You're that," please recognize that is not a vibration I want to be aligned to. So thank goodness I'll be going to a different level of consciousness to that. Okay, so decide what it is that you are choosing for yourself and live it. There's so many people that I speak to on a week-to-week and a day-to-day and a month-to-month basis that say to me, "Oh, I want this, and this looks amazing, and this feels good, and this is what I envisage for the future," yet they're not living it themselves. So why will something happen? And I'm not talking the abundance, because obviously that's impractical for some people, but you can live a happy and positive existence and a joyful experience without having all of your I's dotted and your T's crossed. You can put love out everywhere. And this is what I pride myself on. I sprinkle love everywhere, especially where people are hurting, especially where people are angry with themselves, or, maybe they're putting other people down. I observe and I'm like, wow, okay, I'm not going to allow that to happen to me. However, I'm going to send them love because they need it. Now, people might say that that's a bit wishy-washy or something like that, but it's the truth. The only way we are going to get out of this is love. The only way. We've done the fighting, we've done the wars, we've done all of the other stuff. And how has that served us? It hasn't. It has kept us here. The only way that we are going to get out of this is by love. And I mean true love. So another really important area, and I kind of touched on it a little bit when I talk about manifestation, but recognizing what is good for you, recognizing what feels good, and then focus on it as if your life absolutely depends on it. Because do you know what, ladies and gents? It does. We're at that period in time. We are at that period in history now that whatever you are focusing on is going to be your reality. Focus on love, focus on peace, focus on calm. Be the light shower, like be that anchor that people can come to when they end up freaking out, which they will do at some point. You know, if people have been fast asleep and they've, you know, they haven't really got the whole narrative that's been going on, it's not going to be long until they start to realize that things have not been quite the way that they anticipated. Remember, your life, your future life, the level of consciousness depends on what you're focusing on. Why do you think there's all of the noise in places like Ukraine and stuff? You know, and I'm not putting that situation down. I'm just not going to touch on that subject because, you know, there's very different views around it. It's a massive distraction for humanity right now to keep them in fear. Okay, it's cruel what's going on. However, it's very important that we recognize the reality that is going on behind it. If you are focusing on that constantly, please know that that is what's going to come with you. All right. It doesn't mean that you can't send love. I'm sending love every single day. Doesn't mean that you can't send love to anybody that's being impacted by that scenario. It just means you're focusing on the love, you're focusing on the healing rather than the doom and the gloom and the atrocity side of things. We've been focused on that for far too long now, ladies and gents. And now it is time for us to level up and move forwards. We have a choice right now. This is about us saying, this is the way that my life is going to go on in the future, and honoring that journey. So the vibration of this month is extremely, extremely powerful. You're probably already feeling it. I mean, I felt it since we stepped into Tiger energy in February. It's a very powerful kind of get stuff done energy that we've got at the moment, and it feels as if we're going to succeed at getting it done. It's not like this wishy-washy energy that's been going on for some time previously. It's a real, my nose is really itchy. It's a real, we are going to make sure that it happens this time round. And I'm almost feeling like everybody's stood up a little bit straighter and everybody's got that determination that little bit more because they can see that the end goal is in sight, you know, that light at the end of the tunnel. Very important. If you feel vibrationally aligned to go and do something, do it. Do not put a project off. The fact, especially at the start of the month, because new moon is very good for new projects, pick up that energy. If you feel drawn to do something, and I actually channeled something for someone earlier today, it was very funny. And then I spoke to them and I was like, oh, clearly this is what I channeled for you this morning. If you get given a project, or if you hear about a project, or if you feel drawn to go and do something, please, please, please get off your tush and go and do it, because it will be a gift from God, if you like. Focus on what you choose for your future. Focus on yourself. Focus on living it truthfully, so that you don't not only manifest it for yourself, but you manifest it for the collective as well. Now, I know that I've got an amazing following on YouTube, and my following on Instagram is absolutely phenomenal as well, completely aligned. Like we're just 100% aligned in our tribe. And imagine if every single one of us that are on YouTube or on Instagram, just imagine if we could all visualize similar things. Doesn't matter if they're similar as in, you know, the semantics. I'm talking about we're just looking for love and light and positive and truth and peace. And which is why we're going to have to navigate these choppy waters now, because more people are asking for peace. More people are saying, you know, we need to get this done. We need to move forwards. So it's a very, very, very important energy that we've got going on right now. And I would seriously suggest that if you truly want to step forwards with this, that you bring it into your divine heart space, you write it down, you get a bit of a plan about it, do a vision board, something like that, and then meditate on it every single day. If love is what you're after, You know, make sure that you're meditating that every day, bring it in every day, you know, do a crystal grid, do whatever it is that you need to do, just to make sure that the universe, God, the angels, the ascended masters, the divine, whatever you want to call it, they know 100% what it is that you are looking for, so that they then know how to deliver it. Ladies and gents, buckle up. It's very, very important that we buckle up. It's going to be a good month. Now, one thing, I'm not sure if I've said this before, but I'm going to say it anyway, because it's just popped in my head. This month is going to continue to go very, very fast. So March is going to fly by. We're going to be in April very, very quickly. And obviously April is going to be where people start to go, oh my gosh, I'm just starting to see things clearly. So we aren't far away from that now. So hold on, love yourself. If you need to take time off social media or off of whatever, if you're feeling repelled by YouTube, just take time off, go and be present, go and, you know, be by yourself, be in nature, go on holiday, do whatever it is that you can possibly do, and then come back stronger. We need that lion's heart coming through right now. Okay. It's a powerful one, ladies and gents. It's a really powerful one. And I am so excited to be doing this alongside all of you. I am so grateful to you for your time. I am so grateful for your support. Just know that we are going to get through this. We are absolutely going to storm through this month. We're going to go into next month as a collective, holding hands, really, really ready to support the people that are just about to start on their awakening journey. Ladies and gents, it's been my pleasure as always. I love you to the moon and stars, and I will see you in another video super, super soon. Lots of love.